Thanks for joining us once again on the City of Maple Grove Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media, along with Heidi Nelson, Maple Grove City Administrator. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you.
We've got a lot to talk about today. The meeting on August 4th, just over 1 hour, and then a work session ahead of that meeting. And believe it or not, it was time to talk about the budget, Heidi. Tell us a little bit about this early budget talk that happens each year.
Yeah, so it is hard to believe that we're into budget season. We start internally with our budget process about June timeframe, mid-June, and then work towards preparing for our first work session at the beginning of August with council. So last night was kind of our first opportunity to talk with the council about the proposed budget. Maybe just some highlights of that budget as we are proposing three new positions for the city. One in our works, our streets department, a heavy equipment operator. This is really reflective of kind of the growth, the additional streets that we've been building through the community and being able to keep up with maintenance and plowing there. Another IT network technician, just continue to see growth in the areas of the number of devices and the
Mhm.
complexity in our technology here at the city, as well as cybersecurity concerns. So adding a bit more resource there. And then also an assistant city prosecutor, just caseload there, as well as some work that we're sort of taking on here at the city level because of some policy changes at the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, as well as within the judiciary. So that's kind of adding into some of the workload and our caseload here in Maple Grove. So more to come on those three position considerations. And later in the meeting, we did have a presentation from our city
Mhm.
prosecutor, Andrew Draper. So we'll expand upon that a little bit. Other items in the budget, one big item that we're dealing with this year is the new paid family medical leave through the state. We are looking at doing kind of a third party provider for that insurance that would kind of match the state's program, but sort of administer all our leaves in a one-stop shop for employees. But it's going to be pretty impactful to the city. We will have about another 450 employees that'll be eligible for leave through the paid family medical leave state program, and so it's adding quite a bit of administration and just oversight for our staff to be doing that work. So
Mhm.
that's a big one. All cities are dealing with that, as well as all businesses. This goes into effect in January of 26. So everybody's kind of in the process of preparing for that
Mhm.
change at this time. We are looking at the current proposed levy is 6.35%. I think one of the challenges we see is that just wages alone, benefits, those types of things, our union contracts, step increases, and then cost of living adjustments really is about almost 5% of our levy increases every year.
Mhm.
So just kind of keeping the status quo with our current staffing really gets us to that 5%. So we're talking here about 1.35%, really reflective of kind of that growth
Mhm.
in the operation. So impact right now to the average home, our average home value in Maple Grove is about $443,000. This would be at the 6.35% levy, just about $99 of an increase in that city portion of the tax. So
Mhm.
that's where we're sitting today. We have another work session scheduled for August 18th. We're going to get into a little bit more discussion about our road reconstruction levy. We did some policy work during that meeting on the 4th. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we're also talking about funding. And so how do
Mhm.
we continue to fund our road reconstruction activity? So more to come on that as well. So lots of information available out on the website. Encourage folks to go out and take a look there. Uh, Good memo, PowerPoint, that type of thing that provides you a lot of background and information about what we're looking to do with this year's general fund levy and budget, and more to come on August 18th on that topic as well.
There we go. And the website is maplegrovemn.gov if you want to find out more about the budget process as it begins. Back to the meeting on the 4th now, looking at the consent items. One item pulled, a community tree planting grant. Tell us a little bit about this and the work of staff around this.
Yeah, so this was grant award that we received from Metropolitan Council to receive just a little over $82,000 for the planting of trees. This is really related to kind of the impacts of emerald ash borer and the number of trees that we've lost in the community. And this allows us to replace about 50 ash trees in the Rice Lake neighborhood, as well as planting 25 trees around the Central Park area. So great
Mm-hmm.
work here by our city forester, Shane DeGroy, going out and
Right.
pursuing these dollars and able to get some more trees planted here in the community to backfill from the EAB losses.
Next item was special business. And again, Heidi mentioned it a little bit earlier, a special discussion about the prosecution department and a full update. And this was one of the longer items of the meeting. They do a lot of work.
Yeah, so we brought prosecution in-house in the spring of 2022. So we're really 3 years in here. Um, and we're one of 4 cities in Hennepin County that has this model. The department is made up of our city prosecutor, assistant city prosecutor, we have a paralegal, and then a victim witness coordinator. We prosecute about 1,239 misdemeanor and gross demeanor cases every year here at the city, made up of 87 domestic assaults, 117 DWIs, 553 other criminal offenses, and that really includes all of our retail theft, which is a big issue of concern here in Maple
Mm-hmm.
Grove, and then 477 criminal traffic offenses. In addition, 4,155 citations issued. These are payable citations that also go through the court system. So pretty high level of activity. We have about a 75% conviction or diversion rate on those 1,239 cases that we see going through our city prosecutor's office. That is a pretty good rate of disposition for those cases. And then of the 4,155 dispositions, about 3,949 end up in a conviction or diversion. So just some data out there in the
Mm-hmm.
PowerPoint that folks might want to go look at.
Sure.
Looking at court revenue, we can kind of see some differences between what Brookdale, the cities that are housed at the Brookdale Courthouse, how that compares to those that are housed at the Ridgedale Courthouse or court facility. We used to be at Ridgedale. We got transferred to Brookdale. So we feel like that's a bit of an impact to our court
Mm-hmm.
revenue that we want folks to be aware about. The other piece is just some changes with the Hennepin County Attorney's Office in terms of and the probationary services for the judiciary with not really providing a probation for several gross misdemeanor and misdemeanor offenses that now
Okay.
has fallen to the prosecutor's office. A lot of declines for charging on lower level. There's still criminal level possession of methamphetamine and other drugs, and those are getting turned back to the local prosecutor's office as well. So just some concerns that we want folks to be aware about
Mm-hmm.
what's happening, not only at the Hennepin County Attorney's Office, but also the judiciary, and some decisions that are being made about how crime is going to be prosecuted or adjudicated. So
Mm-hmm.
lots of information there available in the web on the packet, a
Right.
PowerPoint information there. So encourage people to go out and also go back and listen to the meeting and listen to Andrew's
Mm-hmm.
presentation. Lots of information, very helpful to understand kind of the state of city prosecution here in Maple Grove.
Very good. Now let's move ahead to community economic development. And the first item was, and a longer item as well in the meeting, lifetime Maple Grove planned unit development. We've been talking about this for a while, and now some plans coming before the council.
Yeah, so this is just great to see. This is for the new Lifetime Fitness Club that'll go just up along 610, just kind of west of Home Depot there in the Minnesota Health Village area. So this is 115,000 square feet new club, 600 parking stalls, lots of high amenity. They're going to have both indoor and outdoor aquatics, a pretty significant outdoor pool deck, pickleball, and kind of all the services that they have at their club today with a spa, um, cafe included in there. They're going to have some workspace in the facility. So this is going to be a very nice addition up to the Minnesota Health Village, and
Hmm.
a pretty amazing upgrade from their existing facility here on the Government Center campus. So great to see them come forward here and bring these plans forward. They are looking to submit plans for their building permits over the fall and winter, break ground in the spring of 2026, and they would anticipate opening that new club at the end of 2027. So that's also then the schedule that we're kind of working to with our community center
Right.
plans as we work to incorporate that existing lifetime space into the community center. So
Hmm.
it's good to have kind of this assurance around them moving forward and what that timeline is going to look like. But lots of good images presented during the
Hmm.
council meeting there. So if you want to go take a look at the council meeting, you can kind of see what the architecture is going to look like and what the layout of that club will be. They're just proceeding with the club component of this today. What will come in the future is the housing component, and they don't really have a timeline for that yet. But you can kind of see how that lays out on the site up there in the Minnesota Health Village. So good to have this one approved and moving forward.
We'll talk more about the community center and some of the progress there in just a few minutes on our community updates. Let's talk about the Planning Commission coming up on August 11th and one main item it looks like on the agenda.
Yeah, so we have a new kind of preschool daycare school up in the Tricare area. So that's just north of County Road 30, kind of west of Menards, up in that area towards the 610 extension. The Gardner School will be in front of Planning Commission on August 11th.
Hmm. Also related in community development, their update was a special event coming up on August 13th, ribbon cutting. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so this is the St. Jude Dream Home up in the Evanswood neighborhood. We were up there for groundbreaking in midwinter. I think it was
Hmm.
January or maybe late fall type of thing, very cold day. But now this is the ribbon cutting, and this is a great program where a lot of the contractors and vendors donate their services, and then the proceeds from the sale of the home go to St. Jude's to help families who are struggling with children with health issues. And so
Hmm.
we'll be there to celebrate the ribbon cutting, and a lot of the folks involved with St. Jude's, the recipient families, those types of things will be there to celebrate as well. So that's August 13th at 5 p.m. up at Evanswood.
Let's now move ahead to engineering and public works. And you mentioned it a little bit earlier in some of the budget talk. You've been talking about special assessment and deferment policy. So again, give us a little background of what this is and what the council was hearing on Monday night.
Yeah, so we've been having a lot of discussion about our road recon program, and we've made some tweaks to kind of our approach to road reconstruction. We're going to be incorporating kind of a mill and overlay program as well, sort of an intermediate approach to some of our roads, which will extend the life of our roads. We'll still be doing full reconstructs in those areas where we have, roads that are in that 2025 edging to 30-year time frame where
Hmm.
infrastructure needs to be replaced below the street, more curbing, that type of thing. So
Right.
this just gives us some options to try to extend the life of streets. So those changes then needed to come through to our special assessment policy to reflect kind of the different assessment rates for a mill and overlay versus reconstruction. We also added some new deferrals in for active duty military veterans, that type of thing.
Hmm.
Encourage folks to take a look at that. We do go through this process every year of street reconstruction and then special assessments. And so just folks to know that there are deferrals that are available out there if those are going to be creating a hardship. So good to have this new policy in place. We are coming back at our next budget meeting to talk more about the road reconstruction funding
Okay.
side. Costs for this program continue to go up, and today, how we pay for that is special assessments, and then there's another about half of the funds are provided through the tax levy. So we're going to be talking about that as we need to address some increases in the levy or other funding sources
Hmm.
to shore up our street reconstruction program. So good to have the policy in
Yeah.
place, and more to come on August 18th regarding road recon.
We will keep you up to date and give you that recap as we move ahead. And one other engineering update, surprise here. The update is related to construction during the summer, and we've got a few traffic changes for people to be aware of.
Yeah, so Hennepin County is going to be doing some work on Hemlock south of 694 to Bass Lake Road. So if you travel in that area, you'll see some lane restrictions going on as they do that improvement there. And then Maple Grove Parkway, the access to 610 off of Maple Grove Parkway to head west on 610 will be closed now starting and through the completion of that project. So the other access, Maple Grove Parkway, you can now get on 94 there. So
Right.
that's reopened kind of right by the Park Nicollet Clinic. So that's good to see that open. But just kind of that last leg of that access point needs to be modified to accommodate the new 610 extension. And so you'll see that closed kind of right across from the yard waste site there. That access
Mhm.
to 610 will be closed.
Okay, very good. So be aware and maybe make some travel changes as you head out. Few final items that you mentioned in the
Yes,
meeting in administration was National Night Out. And as we record this on Tuesday the 5th, today is the day. So tell us what you're preparing for right
it
now and
is.
what comes up tonight.
Yeah, so we are headed over to Central Park. We have our kickoff picnic from 11 to 1, emergency equipment show, public safety community booths, lots of fun activities, free hot dog lunch. The chief's cooking. So I know we're taping this like right before this event's going to
Right.
start, but hopefully people will have been made it out there. And then tonight, we're headed out to about 200 parties in the community with our public safety groups and community leaders. So we're looking forward to a fun evening here in Maple Grove for National Night Out.
And here's that other mention about the community center. Give us a little update on the community center construction and then a special event planned for mid-August with a open house.
Yeah, so we're doing an open house on Thursday, August 14th from 5 to 7 at the community center. This is to really kind of take a look at the schematic design plans for phase 2 of the community center, get familiar with that, provide some feedback, if you have questions, those types of things. But it's a really good opportunity to kind of get a good viewing of those plans that are out there. They also were on our agenda on July 21st, where the council approved schematic design. So again,
Mhm.
Thursday, August 14th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the community center. Lots of work still going on phase 1. We're hoping to get that
Yeah,
southwest parking lot paved here in the next probably 10 days and then shift a lot of the parking to that area.
right.
And then we'll be working on kind of the northern parking lots and that access off of Weaver Lake Road is going to be closed for a period of time, all access coming through kind of by Cub there. So lots of shifting and changing around as we
Hmm.
move through this construction, but we are looking towards an October kind of wrap up of phase 1 and a ribbon cutting on that third sheet of ice.
And one final note from the meeting on the 4th, sure sign that fall is approaching. You're talking about the state fair, but this is great news about the fair with some bus service.
Yeah, so we're going to be back in the bus service on weekends and the Labor Day holiday for the state fair from the Arbor Lakes parking ramp here. So it is $5 if you purchase a Transit app ticket. The cash fare is $6, and that's round trip. So,
Hmm.
and then kids age 4 and under ride free. Express buses to the fairground run every 30 minutes from 8 a.m. to midnight on weekends. Labor Day, the last bus leaves the fair at 11. So this is just a great service on weekends and holidays here for Maple Grove folks to get to the fair.
All right, take advantage of that. That is your recap then of the meeting on the 4th. Let's talk about a few other things happening around the city. The first is the fall activity guide. So as we talk about fall coming, we want you to be involved in the city. Tell us about that guide, what is in it, and where we can get it.
Yeah, so that activity guide is out. The guide for Parks and Recreation programs, as well as 55 forward senior programs, are available to view on the city's website, as well as the published guide. Lots of registration dates are staggered over 3 days, August 12th through the 14th. Registration is available online or in person, but that really provides you opportunity to register for all those fall programs in the city.
Special week right now for the farmers market. It is National Farmers Market Week, so we encourage people to get out to the market. Again, give us some of the details of where that is and when.
Yeah, so it's National Farmers Market Week, and we're we're pleased to recognize the role our marketplays in our community for more than 20 years. The outdoor market is Thursday from 3 to 7 up at Church of the Open Door. They'll have live music, fun activities, and ready-to-eat foods to make the market a great outing with family and friends. So just really grateful to be a part of that honoring National Farmers Market Week.
Now get your calendars out. We have a lot of fun things coming up in the next month or so in the city. And the first one involves the ice rink, but no ice,
Yeah.
roller skating happening there. What is going on?
Yeah, so we're hosting a free roller skating event Friday, August 15th. The fun runs from 6 to 8:30 at Central Park, and they do it in the loop where we skate in the winter.
Hmm.
You can, there'll be 200 pairs of skates in various sizes available to borrow for free. So encourage folks to go out. You can also bring your own skates or rollerblades and get out and skate on the loop that night. There'll be lots of fun music and lighting.
Should be exciting. All right, we have a new event coming to the city called Heritage Fest. Tell us who's behind this event and what goes on at a Heritage Fest.
Yeah, so this is a event put on by a private entity, Weaving Cultures LLC. It's Heritage Festival. Um, I'm sorry, Heritage Fest, and it exhibits lots of exhibits, activities, food, folk dance, live music, and more, all to celebrate the diverse culture and ethnic backgrounds in Minnesota. The event takes place on Saturday, August 23rd from 10 to 5. And while it is a free event and open to the public, registration is requested on Eventbrite.
Okay,
Information's available on the city's Park and Rec website about that event, and
very
that's
good.
Saturday, August 23rd.
Let's move now to the end of August to the 30th, the Water Lantern Festival. And this is a real favorite of the city and just a beautiful sight down at Town Green.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful event. If you've never kind of come by during this time, it's really spectacular. So the Water Lantern Festival returns to Town Green on Saturday, August 30th from 4 to 10 p.m. It's a unique celebration with food, live music, vendors, and a lantern launch in the pond at Town Green. And so tickets are required for this event. It is a ticketed event, can be purchased at waterlanternfestival.com, Saturday, August 3rd from 4 to 10.
And that will be again at Town Green. While we're talking about Town Green, tell us about some of the ongoing activities there. Still time to get out and have some fun.
Yeah, so our Sounds of Summer continue on here. We have music performances at 7 p.m. on Mondays and Wednesdays. Child and family friendly entertainment is offered every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. And then movies are on Friday at dusk. So lots of great opportunity yet through the month of August to get out and enjoy some music and movies at Town Green.
All right, so that fills up your end of August. Now let's go to September, middle of September. The Lions get in the act of fun in the city. Tell us about their big event.
Yeah, so the annual Rock in the Grove concert comes back to Central Park on Saturday, September 13th. Tickets and event information is available at maplegrovelions.org. This is an event put on by our Maple Grove Lions Club. This year, they have a couple opening acts. Rhino and the Rolling Stoners are the two opening acts, and then Hairball returns as the headliner later that evening. So Saturday, September 13th, tickets and information available at maplegrovelions.org.
All right, should be a great time. We hope people again can get out and enjoy that event. Heidi, thanks so much for the update
Of
today
course.
and telling us what's happening at the city. Next council meeting, let's give you that information here as well. Next council meeting will be on Monday, August 18th, 7:30 at the Government Center. And again, maplegrovemn.gov to find out more about what's going on in the city. Heidi, again, have a great day, and we will talk to you again soon on the next City of Maple Grove report.
Thank you.